Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a new game. Today we're going to be having a look at a game between DongRaeGu and Bunny. Here on the left, on Golden Wall map that usually progresses a little bit different than what we're used to. Usually we see these kind of symmetrical base layouts, but here we have a bottom side which is vastly different from the top side. We often see a mix between the top and the bottom in taking the bases. Sometimes we see terrans going for their natural first, then their third base over here. Sometimes we see terrans take their third base here, then their fourth base on the bottom. Sometimes completely just playing the top area. We see zergs swift quickly towards bottom bases every now and then as their fifth or as their sixth base. So there's very many options here, and I'm always curious to see what the players decide to do. As we see Bunny open up with a standard barracks into gas with a Reaper to boot. Let's see what this Reaper can achieve. For now, we'll be heading straight towards the third base, which could indicate that Bunny is not too keen on doing damage, but she's going to be fine with getting information for now. Sees the archery go down and it's like, oh well, that really did go down. As he moves a little bit closer to it, Reaper hops into that natural base. Will be able to throw one grenade and then most likely just piss off. Won't even be able to get a single ling. Ooh. Instead of seeing that tumor first, we're gonna be seeing an inject first for both queens. Meaning that the creep spread is gonna be delayed a little bit. We're gonna see two queens moving down at this point. We'll be able to push away any Reaper that tries to come up this ramp, try to jump up that cliff. Bunny looking for just some kind of opening. Let's see how well aware he is of the second tumor timing. I think he went in at the perfect time there. Two tumors do go down the moment DongRaeGu manages to push this away. If on SCV, this has to be an error, no? This is very, very rare. Oh. Aha. That is kind of cool. So we might be seeing... I don't know what we might be seeing. This has been spotted by this overlord, by DongRaeGu. But what was that SCV doing there? What is the plan here? We see the Reaper will be moving towards the bottom side of the map. It's going to be looking whether these minerals have been mined, which is obviously not the case yet. I wonder what the use is of mining these minerals away to really open up that bottom side. Perhaps just afraid of a quick third base or a fourth base on that bottom here for DongRaeGu. Third base here is in a location where you might be thinking of not floating into the gold, but instead going towards this bottom base. But then again, these minerals are still intact. There's no wall here in front, which given that if you might take that bottom base doesn't make a lot of sense. In general, this early game for Bunny has been very, very low on any kind of harassment. Just a single Reaper into triple racks, well, into triple CC, triple racks. Double E-base are going down, 1-1 is on the way. So, I mean, it's a very economical build if you only open up with two Hellions and then use them defensively. But the same counts, of course, here for DongRaeGu, who's been happily spreading creep. His drone count is looking absolutely fabulous. I have a lack of a better word for it. And we see that third base is heading towards the gold location, so there's going to be a lot of mining, a lot of mineral mining happening here soon for Bunny. But I mean, the drone cut for DongRaeGu is looking absolutely fantastic. 8 more are on the way, will push him up to 63. Double Evo not done yet, we'll see a Spire go down. So once again, this has been the standard in TVC for a very, very long time now. For the past 3-4 weeks, we've seen these quick layer rushes into that fast baneling speed and then really focusing on crushing that initial push that the Terrans sent out. Now, it does put the Zerg behind in upgrades, of course, as their evos are always a bit delayed. DongRaeGu's eco is so good though that these ecos, even though they're later than the E-base of the Terran, they're still quite fast. Fourth base is going to be quick as well. Two drops are moving out already. Combat shield won't be done, 1-1 won't be done. But Stim is already done, so This is a bit of a triple CC into fast double medevac drops, and then the real pressure will start being put on by the medevac number 3 and 4. This is a this is different than what we see most of the time, where we see a bigger heli count early on, and that first medevac push usually syncing up with these upgrades, the combat shield, the 1-1. But here, because the push is so early, we see an initial push actually that shouldn't be able to do a lot of damage, because it's just weak. The units are weak, they're not strong, but it hits at a timing where it looks like DongRaeGu might not be completely prepared yet for it. So even though the push is weaker, it did manage to get a fourth base. There's a complete lack of creep threat towards the fourth as well. I mean, this creep threat is fantastic, but yeah, the gold makes more sense in that way. On the other hand, with these minerals being gone, there's a clear path towards the mineral line behind the gold, which might be kind of dangerous for DongRaeGu. Mutas are coming into play right now. Like I said, medevac 3 and 4 are teaming up with medevac 1 and 2. Hellbats are being morphed, and 7 mutas are on the way, but 1-1 has finished. Combat shield has finished. There's a 4th CC on the way already here for Bunny, and after losing that 4th base, even though DongRaeGu had a very good supply, or a good worker supply, good worker count, he now all of a sudden feels himself behind in economy, or sees himself behind in economy. He's trying to do some damage with these mutalisks. Turret is not done yet. 6 workers do end up falling. This push forward should be able to get cleaned up by these banelings. Not really. Pretty big hits there with these mines. Very good micro so far by Bunny, who is trying to actually target down an upgrade here. Oh, gets a couple of banes there. Target down 2 more. Drop straight into banelings, so all banelings do end up exploding. He's gonna give up these medevacs. I guess there was no boost left. Looks like there was, but decided not to bother with it. Creep threat is looking absolutely amazing here for DongRaeGu, and now that his gold is gonna be up and running, I wouldn't be surprised to see him go up to 75-ish. Oh my god, I love this. 75-ish drones, maybe even go up to 80. This is such a cool play. Turret still isn't done yet. Holy crap, how is this even possible? Mural is not being tricked into that mine location. I wonder how obvious it is, honestly. It's not very often we see that many mines in such a random location. And of course you can spot them through the map. Now, a thing that we might need to keep in mind here is that even though DongRaeGu hasn't taken that much damage, right? His eco hasn't been fantastic all the time. He's getting that gold base right now, helping him out with that mineral income. He's gonna get this 5th base, which should help him out with a little more gas, a little more minerals, perhaps go up to 85 to 90-ish drones, and then really try to start growing that mutalisk count. Oh, a big mine hit does end up killing a single mutalisk. Splashes on a bunch of others, and good snipe there by DongRaeGu. Managed to get every single mine. 7 drones going down. What the hell happened here? A single mine just walked in, I guess. All the way from here. There were 4 before. Now there's only 3. +2 attack is on the way for flyers, as well as for ground attack and carapace. Drilling claws. 2nd factory. 4th base is up and running. Only a single turret. I feel like Bunny could definitely add a couple of turrets there on that 4th base. It's the only real threat for that planetary as of now. Seems to be mutas. 2 more turrets do end up going down. I like that. Here comes the movement of Bunny behind that mineral line that I spoke about earlier. Attack off creep here by DongRaeGu not going how he wants it to. Will end up clearing an entire mineral line, but he will have to pay a price for it as he loses his base. 57 workers against 84, but only 4 bases for both players, meaning that the saturation for DongRaeGu is most likely gonna be similar to how it's looking for Bunny. This is good harassment though by DongRaeGu. Getting a couple of workers, getting some tech labs, getting an idle marine here and there. We have a big drop heading towards, well, so far really nothing. Might end up heading into that main base of DongRaeGu. No 3-3 on the way, which is kind of a big deal. Like, when you play this style as a Terran, the focal point, the point where the big thing you can win with is these upgrades, as when Zerg is messing these mutalisks, usually their hive is delayed, they don't have a lot of gas for these extra upgrades. I mean, DongRaeGu is trying his best to keep up, but you see there's not going to be constant upgrade production. And Bunny has kind of not been researching 3-3 for a long time now. He's starting his +3 attack finally, but it's a little bit late, so Definitely a missed opportunity there. Once again, DongRaeGu moving off creep. There is a big drop in the main. These 3 medevacs are doing some work. DongRaeGu decides to come back for it. Spore actually clearing a medevac. Second medevac getting very low as well. 4 workers have gone down so far. Pool gets sniped. But we're going for the hive now. It's definitely not going to be working out. See another double drop being queued up towards his bottom side of the map. Gets spotted by this overlord immediately. Bunny makes a very conservative player, decides to kill the overlord, and he might continue dropping, but also possible, of course, he moves back to his army as DongRaeGu is now ready and in position with these mutalisks. 5 more muta on the way. We'll put the number up to 23. Creep spread still looking absolutely fantastic. All the damage so far that has been done through avenues of attack that weren't covered in creep, either by air or behind mineral lines and then dropping over mineral lines. Now, once again, we see no turrets in position, no turrets being repaired. There's no a lot of the time we see these mines being splattered around the map in seemingly random fashion, but of course they're always there for really just covering paths, but Bunny not being a massive fan of it. We see this complete area is pretty dark. There's no mines. I guess there's 2 mines in the mineral line here, but no mines towards it as we have a big engagement. Lots of banelings rolling in, getting some good damage. Good Thor micro though by Bunny. But this was a pretty decent engagement here for DongRaeGu, who still has a bigger bank, is up in supply, has adrenal glands on the way right now. Where are these evo chambers? I think they were at the 3rd, not researching quite yet. We have another engagement. Thor's doing some work. And I see a big pullback here by Bunny, who is fleeing the scene. The crime scene, as DongRaeGu actually is just going to be moving forward right now. There's still 2 mines. We'll be able to kill all of those links. That is a big deal. Marines are rallied in towards this base, but all of a sudden it feels like out of nowhere really DongRaeGu just wins one fight and it's like, alright, I won the fight, have all my mutas alive. Let me just clear your bases and perhaps even win this game, as 50 supply lead right now. Still a lot of resources in the bank as well. 5th base has been finished here for Bunny, but what is there left for him really to do here? He starts attacking his own sensor tower. Armory is being taken out. Not the biggest of deals, of course. 3-3. Well, +3 attack already finished and +3 armor is about to finish. So it's not like he's going to need many more upgrades here. Perhaps vehicle plating for the mines, but it's not a very popular upgrade. We see it every now and then for Thors and mines. You see Mutalisk still harassing, trying to get damage here, getting these individual mines. Creep spread not being re-established. Well, as I say that, I see 3 queens walk away who just did the dirty. So you see a couple of creep tumors being pooped out right there. Are you joking? Oh, I thought he was going to actually drop it, but this is just the deal with Mutalisk. It's a beautiful skin, by the way, with these knives on the side. Not quite sure what the Thor needs the knives for, but you do you, Mr. Thor. You do you, as Mutas once again flying forward are going to be trying to look for some damage. DongRaeGu 85 workers against the 54 of Bunny. Funnily enough, as always, of course, the income is pretty even because of those mules and because of the fact that this gold isn't mining for DongRaeGu. Once that gold starts mining, we'll see the mineral income absolutely blast through the roof. We already see that is the case with the gas. The gas count is way healthier for DongRaeGu, who is looking for another fight. 4 mines will be taken out. Oh my god, this is rough. There's a couple of turrets here. A literal couple of turrets, only 2. Mines not in position next to it, won't be able to save them. 1 worker does go. Oh my god! Oh, 1 more mine does not get the shot off, but a lot of mutas do end up falling. I think, I'm not quite sure how many we've seen. I think it was 3 or 4, but that was really close to losing way more. Many more could have gone down there. Bunny is, I think, being a little bit over aggressive here. He does not have the army, does not really have the momentum on his side here. He's gonna try to clear some creep, but I feel like the moment he even steps foot on creep, he's just gonna get pushed back so hard that that should really not be possible. Gets a scan off, sees the baneling, moves to the top. Perhaps an idea to go and meet those banelings here near your planetary to make sure that your planetary doesn't die. Seems like DongRaeGu has similar ideas as I have. Where it's like, well, if you're over here with your army, then perhaps this base isn't all that well defended. We have banelings rolling in, we'll be able to take out these turrets. You see him walking around the planetary trying to get any SCVs, but of course the main goal is to kill that planetary, and this is only fine to do if there's momentum on your side. And Right now, DongRaeGu has loads of momentum. He has the gold base again. He's mining 4k minerals a minute, 1400 gas, which means he practically has the ability to reproduce about 15 muras a minute and add about 60 links to his army as well. That was a random number of links. I didn't actually do the mental math there. As we have Bunny pushing forward. Now the one thing we can say about Bunny is that he has a massive army because he doesn't have a lot of workers. Banelings rolling forward. Mine connections not really hitting on these banelings, so all the banelings do connect, or at least semi-connect. Still pretty decent fight here for Bunny, who is starting to even up the unit, lost a bit more, and now we really see the higher income for DongRaeGu shining, as there's going to be a second wave and there's going to be a third wave, and there is ultras out already. Ultras are trying to smash their way through, only marines and a single marauder left at this point, and the ultras will say chomp chomp. This is going to be it. As Bunny loses a game, DongRaeGu wins in a fantastic game once again on Golden Wall, which seems to be providing a lot of very good games lately. Now, if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me anywhere you want, and there's more videos here. So thanks all for watching. Very much appreciate it, and I'll see you all next time.